Hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing some January doodles. Just some things that I think of when I think of January. So cold weather things, things that are warm and cozy. Those are things I think of for January. I live in a place where we get all 4 seasons, so to me, January is wearing sweaters and hats and scarves and things like that. I know some of you may live where there's warm weather all the time, which I kind of envy you, except at Christmas time. I like cold weather at Christmas time. So, I'm starting out here with a little cup of tea, and then moving on to a little penguin here. You can see here I did sketch out all of my doodles first in pencil. I kind of prefer that method. I'm not a professional doodler by any means, so it's nice to kind of be able to play with it a little bit, decide how I like it. So kind of going around on this so he can have the black part of the back of his body, and then the tummy area is white. I did decide to outline everything first for the most part. I think that's what I did, and then fill it in afterwards to color it. So I'm using to color Crayola Super Tip markers, and they work really great. I love them. I'm sure if you watch much bullet journaling, you've probably heard a lot about those markers. Everybody loves them. Moving on now to a little snowman here. Snowmen, I've been drawing snowmen the same since I was a kid. So wearing a little top hat. I don't try to make them too perfect for their body because they are going to be a little lumpy and stuff by nature. So just rounding him out here, giving him some little kohl buttons and then kohl eyes and nose as well. He doesn't have a kohl nose. Carrot nose, kohl smile. So doing some branches, and then his little nose, and then I'm debating, do I want to put the end of his nose? Yes, no, yes, I do, so I did it. So, just doing now a little bit of snow that he's standing in, and we'll color in those little bits that get colored of a snowman. Cute. So, moving on to the little stocking cap now. This one is one of my favorites here. I love stocking caps. So I tried to make it look a little bit more realistic on the pom-pom on top, as you'll see, and then also here with the just some little lines to make it look like it's folded a little bit. I'm loving this pink color. This is the first time I've used this color in my Super Tips collection. I only have the, I think it's 25 pack. I know they also have a 50 pack, but I haven't even used that color before, but it's so pretty. I love it. So yeah, just adding some tiny little lines here just so there's a little more texture to it, and then some ribbing there around the brim. And then now we're moving on to a little bowl of soup here. I actually don't really enjoy soup, but it does seem very much like a January type of thing to me. Nice warm comfort food kind of thing. So drawing my bowl here. One challenge I had in this video is I tried really hard to not constantly rotate my notebook around, my journal around, so I've noticed it makes me a little dizzy when I'm watching that in my previous videos. especially when I've sped up the video. It makes me a little dizzy when that journal's flying all around, so I tried to keep it still this time, but I don't know about you, it helps me so much to turn it. I'm just used to that, so this was a challenge, but that's okay. Drawing some little steam there to make it look a little more soupy. And moving on here to a sled, a wooden sled. Got the inspiration for this one from my son's new Curious George Christmas book he got this year. It's so cute. And I love the little sled in it. So that's where I got that inspiration from. Pretty simple to draw, actually. I thought it would be more difficult than it was, so pretty easy doodle. Filling it in here with some brown marker, my Crayola Super Tips again. We don't really have any hills around me to go sledding on, nor do we have a sled, so I'll just enjoy drawing them. Okay, doing a few snowflakes. I like to add some little dots around my snowflakes. I think that makes them look a little more dainty and cute. So a couple of more ornate snowflakes and then just some basic little snow flurries there. And then some mittens. So this is funny, I got a pair of gloves for Christmas from Costco, and my husband and I went and saw these gloves. They were on sale and we were both like, man, I kind of like to have a pair, so we tried them on and we bought them for each other for Christmas. But the size I got were actually, I do have tiny hands, as you may notice in these videos, but the size I got are actually extra small. They were for, according to the package, children ages 4 to 6. So kind of funny. They are a little bit too snug, I'm discovering now that I'm actually wearing them. Alright, and then moving on, we're going to do this little polar bear. Just some kind of wintry type animals, penguin, polar bear. So he's a pretty simple fellow to draw. Didn't do a whole lot of detail there on him, so he'd be pretty easy to doodle. I love drawing animals wearing some type of clothing, whether it be a hat or scarf in this case. I think that's so cute. So adding a little scarf on him. Looks like it's a blustery day. It's little flaps are blowing in the wind there. Thought that neck part of the scarf got away from me there. It looked a little bit too wide. So I added another line so it kind of looks like it's wrapped around him a couple times there. So his little paws, he's standing up here. So doodle his little paws down there in his belly. And then we'll go ahead and color in this scarf. Go with a nice bright red for that. And just add some little tassels at the end. Tassels, fringe. I can't think what that's called, but it looks pretty cute. I like it. Okay, and then some ice skates. I am not much of an ice skater. I've gone a few times in my life, but I'm not great at it. And boy, does it hurt your ankles, or mine anyway. So, drawn some cute little skates, pair of ice skates. But I will tell you, as a child, I wanted to be Christy Yamaguchi, and I loved watching ice skating. I still do. Alright, moving on to this sweater, which is quite an ugly sweater. I was getting some pretty big Santa Claus vibes from it. You know the movie, The Santa Claus? The husband of Scott Calvin's ex-wife. Can't remember what the character's name is right now. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Neil, that's his name. Anyway, they joke in that movie about his ugly sweaters, and I'm getting some Neil vibes off of this one for sure. So filling that in, giving it a little bit of personality with several different patterns here. Did some ribbing look on the cuffs and also on the collar when I get to that point. So coloring this guy in, this was pretty fun to do. Just using my imagination, whatever pattern I wanted to make. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna go along with my fine liner and kind of separate those colors out so it kind of pops a little more. Pretty pleased with that one. Cute. Okay, and lastly, hopefully you can tell what this is. I've doodled here a couple of pillows. I love in the cold months like January to just be home snuggled up with a nice cuddly pillow, warm blanket. I love that. This big square pillow I'm drawing is inspired by my Cuddle Duds pillow. Cuddle Duds? No. What is the brand? Maybe it is Cuddle Duds. Anyway, I got it at Kohl's and it's so soft and cozy. I love it. So, just doodling these pillows on a bed. And maybe that seems even more luxurious to me than it normally would, since I now have a 10-month-old who has been teething. So there's a lot of daydreaming about being in bed going on around here lately. So filling in that pillow, pop of color, just decided to do this purple. It's kind of pretty. Filling that in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.